Midnight in the global counting house. A silent tide of $124 trillion is moving. To visualize the weight, picture a stack of $100 bills reaching halfway to the moon. Now watch it start to smoke. This isn't a transfer, it's a slow-motion heist where the victim and the thief are the same person. It is the largest migration of capital in human history, but look closer at the ledgers. The ink is fading before it even dries. This is not a windfall. It is an evaporation. Meet the Floral protocol. It is a flickering black box algorithm running on a terminal in a basement in Zurich. It is a digital death sentence for old money, targeting three distinct pillars: the overconfident heir, the paralyzed caretaker, and the silent matriarch. The protocol knows that $40 trillion is currently held in hands the market chooses to ignore: the silent matriarchs. Picture them in dimly lit, high-ceilinged libraries, moving obsidian chess pieces across a board of frosted glass. They don't seek permission. They seek a legacy that actually breathes. It is a predictive shadow that follows every cent handed down from the boomer titans to their heirs. The protocol has a terrifying success rate. It predicts that 70% of this fortune will vanish within a single generation. Not because of taxes, not because of crashes, but because of rot. Imagine a young heir standing in a gallery of his father's assets. He sees the real estate, the illiquid holdings, the trophies of a bygone era. He suffers from the endowment effect. He is a billionaire on paper, shivering in a mansion of cold blue marble that he can't afford to heat. The gold leaf on the ceiling is peeling like dead skin because he's paralyzed by the ghost of his father's pride. He clings to the brick and mortar until his knuckles turn white and the value turns to dust. The protocol doesn't just watch, it waits for the rot to reach the bone. He thinks he is preserving a legacy. The protocol knows he is just guarding a graveyard of his own making. Then comes the mental accounting. The heir treats the inheritance differently than the money he earned. It is found money. It feels light. He believes his algorithmic intuition, fed by social sentiment and ESG hype, can outrun the math. He trades the family's diversified bedrock for volatile impact tokens. His overconfidence is the catalyst. The protocol watches the balance drop. By the time Gen X enters the frame, they are already caught in the sandwich trap. They are inheriting billions while being squeezed between the medical bills of their parents and the tuition of their children. Their scarcity mindset triggers a decision paralysis, a quiet terror that if they move, the whole structure collapses, and the gold in the hourglass continues to dissolve into illiquid private equity shares that no one will buy. This is the algorithm's endgame. It waits for the moment of peak emotional friction, the inheritance of a house you loved, or a market that scares you, and it strikes. But this terminal isn't just in a Zurich basement. It is running in your pocket, glowing with the same eerie violet light as the algorithm, powered by the very biases that make you human. Look at the screen. Can you feel the friction yet? The fog of the counting house clears, but the numbers remain. This isn't a ghost story, it is the 2026 forecast from Floral and UBS. $124 trillion is the target. The 70% loss isn't a theory, it is a historical pattern of behavioral bias. The obsidian inheritance is real. The Floral protocol represents three deadly trends. First, $40 trillion is moving to widows, the silent matriarchs who are often invisible to the old-world advisors until the capital has already fled. Then, there is the illiquid anchor. Heirs are clutching real estate at twice the recommended levels, refusing to let go of wood and stone for the sake of liquid survival. And finally, the present bias, the digital dopamine hit that favors immediate impact over the slow, cold burn of compounding. The verdict is cold. You are fighting a biological urge to lose. To survive the obsidian shift, you must treat your own intuition as the enemy. This requires nudge-proofing. Use cold, automated systems that execute while your ego is still debating. You must implement commitment devices. Bridge the gap. If you don't, that moon-high stack of cash won't just smoke. It will incinerate. It will leave you with nothing but the ash of a legacy. If you think the evaporation of $124 trillion is a crisis, wait until you see the secret algorithm currently dismantling the global bond market in our next video.